I want to talk to you about my vision for this company. So it's really interesting actually how this business started and why I came back to painting. So as I've mentioned, I was a painter when I was young, and I was part of a painting franchise at a young age, and it was kind of an entrepreneurship development program called College Pro Painters. Um, and that's where I learned a lot of my business skills, and just learned the fundamentals of business, and I did it with a really cool group, and I always loved that. But later on, I ended up going and starting another franchise called Shack Shine. So I was the first investor and franchisee for that business, and that was a house detailing company, and we did house washing, and I really enjoyed building that. But I think this was at the end of 2019, right before COVID-19 hit. I was just looking for a change, and I needed some time off to really reflect on what I wanted to do. And I sold that company right at I guess it was January 2020. And then I went off to Mexico and I went rock climbing for a few months. And that was right when COVID-19 started. And interesting enough, I kept climbing for a few more months, and then when I finally got home in March 2020, the end of March, or it was even early April, I went to this business conference in Las Vegas called 10X, and it was really just all about business, go big or go home. That was kind of the whole attitude of the conference. And I didn't know what I was going to do, and the whole world was going into lockdown, and I knew that I wasn't going to do well in lockdown, in this whole isolate yourself kind of thing that was going on. And I was like, got to start a business where I'm out and about and traveling around the cities and stuff. And I knew with painting or any of these home service businesses, you go and you visit people at their homes and you get to meet new people. And so I was like, I'm just going to start a painting company, something local, something that I can make money, because at this point I don't have a job or a business anymore because I sold my previous company. And that's how it started. That's how Colorcraft started. And the very first thing I did was I knew I didn't want to just start painting random houses and just winging it in that way. I was like, if I'm going to do it, I want to build something. And coming from Shack Shine, we had this really cool brand, and basically we had built a brand for the house detailing industry, and we kind of forged a new industry in a way, kind of first movers in that realm. But I was like, I want to do something neat like that with painting. So I wanted to get a Mercedes Sprinter vans and have this really cool brand. So I hired this actress, and I put myself, because I couldn't find anyone else to do it. But we went and did this really cool photo shoot at my brother's house, and that became the logo and the brand that we have on the vans now. But it was started in the middle of COVID-19, right at the beginning, and it was ultimately just to get me out of the house. I knew I wanted to be out and about. But I really started to develop a lot of passion for it as I kept going, because first of all, it was lockdown. So even with me going out and stuff, there was still lockdown. And so I had a lot of time to sit and just build systems and write up all the employment contracts and build the website and do all this stuff. But it slowly started to organically become something. And what I realized is there's a lot of benefits to this industry, and my vision started to expand. So it wasn't at first I had this vision where I want to build this huge franchise model. But my vision's actually it's organically expanded since then. And feeding off my original experiences with College Pro Painters, which was this feeling of it's an incubator for young people to develop business skills. That is very much the same sentiment that now I'm realizing is available for us at Colorcraft, is to develop as business people, to develop as investors, and to develop really healthy, well-balanced lifestyles. And my vision at this point is to work with leaders and work with people like yourself who want to create really cool things in life, not just in the painting industry, but like I want this to be an incubator where we learn and grow together and we can test new things, and we have this reliable, stable asset, which we call our franchise locations, that produces cash flow, it's healthy, we can count on it, and it's something that'll be there and reliable for the rest of our lives, for ourselves and for our families. And that has become kind of what my vision is for it. Is at first I wanted to have 5 franchisees in the lower mainland of British Columbia. Now I'm starting to feel like I'd like it to be in the 10 to 15 kind of range, like in terms of how many franchise territories. My vision is that every single territory and every single franchise is at least doing 1.5 million. 1 million would be obviously the first benchmark, but I want to work with people who are really going to build something that produces healthy amounts of cash flow. And yeah, we're on the path of being A players and like working together to get there. And that's kind of my vision for it, as this business that we can turn on and off, and it's a really seasonal business, so we can travel the world and like take large amounts of time off if we want to. Obviously with our business, we have a lot of inside painting and stuff. You can go all year round if you want to, but one of my favorite things about it is the seasonality. Is like you can work for 7 to 8 months and then just go traveling and take time off for 4 months. It's pretty awesome to be able to make all your money in that kind of a period. And I think that is what is available for us with this type of a business. So my vision is always evolving. It's not one set thing, but that's kind of what I see for us, is creating these really reliable, stable assets out of our franchise businesses, and working together and sharing together and learning together and growing together. And that is my vision for the greater franchise. In the next video module, you're going to have the chance to really do some reflection work and feel into your own personal vision for your franchise and what you want it to look like. So that's it for this video, and we will see you in the next one.